Hello there everyone, and welcome to John Drinks, the channel in which I, John, have a drink. And today we're going to be doing a style of beer that you don't see cracking around much these days. This is Things You Can't Unsee, a modern Yorkshire Bitter. Because it's such a lesser known or uncommon or frankly unpopular beer style, I thought I should take a moment to explain what the fuck is a bitter. And so, because I went to university and in best student style, I decided that I would just read straight from Wikipedia. Hey, if it's good enough for Dr. Simon Clark, it's good enough for me. Bitter is a British style of pale ale that varies in colour from gold to dark amber and in strength from 3% to 7% alcohol by volume. The term bitter has been used in England to describe pale ale since the early 19th century. Although brewers used the term pale ale before the introduction of pump clips, customers in public houses would ask for bitter. By the end of the 19th century, brewers had begun to use the term as well. During the 20th century, bitter became the most popular type of draft beer sold in British pubs, and has been described as the national drink of England. Bitter is traditionally cask conditioned and either dispensed by gravity through a tap in the cask or by a beer engine. Although, in recent decades, beer has also been pasteurised and carbonated, or sold in bottles and cans, which affects the flavour. Oh dear. Despite the myth, bitter should not be served warm, but at cellar temperature of 11 degrees to 14 degrees Celsius. Bitter is more sort of a nebulous term rather than a beer style in its own right, although a fair few people would argue against that. I think Melissa Cole argues fervently that it deserves to be considered as its own style of beer. Bizarrely, it is not the bitterest style of beer that you can get, IPAs tending to be much bitterer than this. As for this one, I am intrigued to see what they're going to be doing differently, so let's get a bit of information. Golden Promise, Torrent Wheat, Crystal Light, Crystal T50, Vienna Malt and Chocolate Malt, with the hops of Whole Leaf, Amarillo, Cascade and Simcoe, T90, Huell Melon and Cascade, Cryo, Amarillo and Simcoe. I am looking forward to this, and I have been looking forward to this for quite some time. I decided I would do this in a tankard today because that just seemed the most British Coronation Streety kind of a thing that I could do. Ugh. I also decided to put googly eyes on this can as a little extra thing. It is ever so slightly hazy. It's the kind of bitter that if you gave it to one of the old cunts that drinks bitter, then they would complain about it being hazy and chuck it in your face and then be rude to you, because old gits in pubs tend to be quite rude in general. Maybe it's because they're nearly dead, who knows. What's it smell like? Malty, yeasty, biscuity, lemony, fair bit of citrus. Fuck it, let's see what it tastes like. Ooh, balanced. There is a mild astringency, biscuity notes. This is very different from a lot of the beers that I tend to drink. Lemon, spiced orange, loads of sort of digestive biscuit kind of influence in there. Malty. Man, that's just pleasing. It is quite carbonated for a bitter. Being a northern lad, I've drank many a bitter in my time, one of my favourites being Robinson's Unicorn. That's not a shout out, it's just, I really like that stuff. That's a thirst-quenching, moorish, satisfying beer that I just want to keep drinking. Why the fuck did I leave this one so long? This is absolutely fantastic. Oh, it's lovely. I love anything that has a malt backbone. Like, I love Ovaltine. I love those kinds of flavours. I love digestive biscuit. I love anything that's got that kind of comforting, wheaty, malty kind of a flavour. And this does, but it's also got loads of citrusy elements as well to counterbalance it. It's a really well thought out beer. I adore it. I have 22 seconds worth of filming time left, so comment down below, what are your favourite bitters? Subscribe to the channel, thumb it as well. This is stupendous. I genuinely can't get enough of this. I'm definitely going to buy more in the future. I really hope this isn't a limited release, because I think it might be one of my favourites. Ah shit, 4 seconds left. Bye!